Hello, my hearties. A very, very good afternoon to you. It's just me, Scottie McClue, saying hi to every single one of you. I hope you're well. Come and join me and tell me what's happening in the real world. We're always interested, of course. Fantastic. Remember, if you see me pop up, you never ever scroll and you never ever troll. It's just not what we do on Scottie McClue's live talk show, live on TikTok. TikTok's top talk show. That's what I say. So tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 to tell 10 that Scottie McClue is live just for you, saying Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, TikTokers, and a very warm welcome to Scottie McClue. So there you are, and you can follow me up at the top left, of course. It's wonderful stuff. Richard's just joined us. Dinky-Doo, Richard. How lovely to have you with us, and a very warm welcome to Scottie McClue popping up live just for you on TikTok to say hi. Never miss a second of Scottie McClue or you miss a moment of life. There's no doubt about that. And, of course, all of you, do follow as soon as you come on. Cyberspace says, hey, Scottie, hey, Cyberspace. How lovely to have you with us. Dinky-Doo, of course, from me, live, Scottie McClue, just for you. And it's just an ad hoc pop-up. So we'll see how many people can join us. Get tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap, and let everybody know that we are live, big style, on the TikTok, I say to you. Hey, there's Hillary's joining us. Hello, Scottie. Best wishes from your friend Darren in Nottingham. I hope you're well, sir. Darren is in Nottingham, and we love Nottingham, a beautiful part of the world, the home of Robin Hood. Come on, England, says to it. There we are, to it. How did they get on the other night? Do tell us. More and more likes all the times, and you can like, share, follow, and give Charlie. You're very, very kind. That's what you are, Charlie. I tell you. Mr. Uno has joined. I love this, guys. Some comments in this live were filtered to protect the community's experience. It means all the wee trolls have been booted down the Swanee. The haters have gone. They can't come back, I tell you. Better than Scotland. Is it England better than Scotland? I don't think so. You're so cute, says Grace. Dinky-Doo. England's very beautiful, but it doesn't obviously have the beauty of Scotland. I think we can say that. That's fair enough. Hello, says Taylor. Hello, Taylor. Where are you from? I am from Bonnie, Scotland, and it's lovely to have you with us. How can a man get so handsome? Oh, you're very, very kind. You should know. You'll be looking in the mirror. Hey up, ducks, thou all right? Ah, we're all right, my duck. Crimson. Wonderful stuff. Oi, oi, Scottie boy, Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo, everybody. Hello from Yorkshire, says, now you're talking, Taylor. I am perhaps the only honorary Yorkshireman in the world. Is that not amazing? England and Scotland are both great. Edinburgh is outstanding. Yes, indeed. Give us your favourite place, guys, and I'll tell you if it's a good place. There we go. And share the live and follow me as soon as you can. Everyone on TikTok should be following Scottie McClue. It's absurd that somebody might have a TikTok account and not have followed. Richard Tan, what are you doing? Guys, Richard Tan is the kindest person in the world. And he comes on and gives me red roses. And it's so beautiful of him. Thank you, Richard. You sound Welsh. Oh, well, yucky da. Wemyss Bay has to be my favourite place in Scotland. Good memories there. Wemyss Bay is very beautiful, I tell you. And you, of course, have access to Rothsay. What do you reckon to Ayr, Scottie? Well, I wish that the hotel hadn't been burned down. The old station hotel. That was quite some place. And I like Ayr. I do indeed. Yes, indeed. How can you tell a Scotsman's name? Oh, I'm not. That's enough, John. We're not doing all that nonsense on here. I see. This is a family show. Scottie McClue talking to every single one of you. Have you ever been to Lairg, Scottie? Lairg in Sutherland. Am I right, Shane? Aye, that's a shame, I tell you. South Queensferry. Now, we love South Queensferry. Am I not right in thinking that Mary, Queen of Scots, lived in South Queensferry? Yes, Lairg in Sutherland, absolutely. I do know of it, Shane, but I haven't actually visited. But I do have a friend up there, so I might come and see them. We love going to Luss Do you get up there very often? I haven't been to Luss for a while, another very beautiful place, and of course, it was where they filmed Take the High Road, which was Scottish television's great soap opera. It was wonderful stuff. That's where I'm from. Ah, Shane, right. I know where you are. Well, you know my friend. Have you seen King Robert in Dunfermline Abbey? I believe he's very beautiful. His tomb in Dunfermline, Robert the Bruce. So there we are. Absolutely, yes. Thank you, John. We got that one. Do you watch the golf? Yes, I was delighted to hear that the man from Oban did very, very well. Visited Edinburgh from Wales a few times. It's outstanding. The Royal Mile at Christmas is beautiful. To it, you're absolutely 100% correct. It is. I'm just playing with you. So there you go. Oh, fantastic. I love looking over to Goat Fell and Ailsa Craig. Now you're talking. Paddy's Milestone. There we are. Now, Taylor's in the Wild West. Which Wild West? I ask you. Guys, has everybody watching followed me? Everybody. Have you all followed Scottie McClue? Get following as soon as you can, because this is big. It's TikTok's top talk show. See what I just did there? Hi from Sweden. Hifa boys. Lovely to have you from Sweden. Svenska. What do you say about people saying England don't need us? Well, of course England need us. Westminster gets subsidised by Scotland. That's why they don't want Scotland to go independent. So there you are. What's the difference? Oh, John, come on now. Did you know? So there are, you're probably right. Oh, I see. Options on Scottish independence. Oh, opinions. Scottish independence. Oh, yes, we should go for it. I mean, it's not a political thing, it's economic. And rebuild all the damage that Margaret Thatcher did to Scotland. I don't see the point in independence. Embrace British culture. Well, no, you won't see the point if that's your attitude. You see, independence means we can keep our own money and rebuild the Scottish economy. That's the difference. See, Scotland subsidises England by £75 billion a year. There we are. We rule Scotland. There we are. Absolutely. Now, there's Riley saying hi. Hi, Riley. So there you go. And Gosman doesn't understand it at all. He's going, oh, I don't know about that. Yeah, well, I'm telling you, Gosman. So get your knowledge from Scottie McClue. You'd not last without England, Andy. That's absolute nonsense. England wouldn't last without Scotland. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Scotland would be skint without Britain. Not at all. Scotland would have an extra £47 billion in the bank. So how could that be skint? If it wasn't for us, you'd have nothing. Scotland's part of Britain. Well, no, John Paul, Britain's just a landmass. Britain's not a country. We use the name British for the crown and the monarchy and the army and the government. Apart from that, it's just a landmass. So, but Scotland will always be British. There's a certain kind of person you'll never convince here. Well, of course, absolutely, because they don't understand it. How would we have more money? Because we give, listen to me, try and get this into your head, right? We give £75 billion to Westminster from Scotland. Scotland gets £28 billion back. That means that Scotland has given Westminster £47 billion to fritter. They'll waste that on Brexit or anything you like, but they'll take that money and they'll get rid of it. Give it to their pals, rifle the till, all that kind of stuff, right? Now, Scotland could do with that extra £47 billion or could do with the £75 billion in the first place. So Scotland would be £75 billion better off. Absolutely. So there we are. England needs us more than we need them. Absolutely, Robert, I tell you. We own Scotland, says John Paul, where we should do. Queen Anne stole it for £25,000. I'll give her 30 now and take it back. What part of the Scottish economy is the main contributor? genuine question. Well, what have we got? We've got food and drink. So huge agriculture, fisheries, whiskey, oil, gas, yeah, big numbers there, renewable energy, wind power, wave power. We've still got lots of coal and peat untapped. We should be getting into that. There should be no fuel poverty in Scotland. I can tell you it should be almost free. So there you are. So huge contributions. And of course, the financial sector in Scotland is worth north of £1 trillion. Isn't that amazing? I tell you. So there you are, guys. So you're against having the British Army? No, the British Army is mainly Scottish, right? Most of the regiments are Scottish. Yes, indeed, including the Scots Guards. Which bit of it pays for defence? Well, defence is not devolved. So it still comes out the Westminster budget, to which we contribute the 75 billion. So there we are. So we're paying for defence. There you go. Were you at the Duck Bay Marina last Saturday? If not, it's your double. I wasn't, but I believe you could have a good night at the Duck Bay Marina. Scotland makes more than half of that, 70 billion due to being part of the UK. So there we are. No, well, it makes the whole 75 billion. Will you shut up about Scotland, mate? Ollie, why would anybody ever shut up about Scotland? Come on now. Cyberspace says oil. Yeah, we did oil. Absolutely. Nothing in Scotland, says Ollie. Ollie, don't be silly. There we are. No, we're not against the British Army. Don't be ridiculous. 97% of the UK oil production doesn't go on. I mean, we should be drilling. You know, don't be fooled by all the green stuff. I love my country, says Glenn. I know, Glenn. Financial sector, Scotland's the United Kingdom's financial sector. Scotland, no, Maffey, you're not listening. The financial sector in Scotland is worth north of £1 trillion. Not English financial sector. That's a different thing. That's the City of London. This is Scotland, Scottish financial sector, including investment in Scotland. So would you rather a Scottish army than a British army? Well, as I say, most of the British army is Scottish. The Scots have brought you everything that's good. I tell you, follow us, guys, as soon as you can. It's a penny in the grand scheme of things. You wouldn't have the nuclear deterrent. Well, we would, John Paul, because that's a conversation. So you're making all these judgments and claims. They're just nonsense. You're doing it off the top of your head. Yeah, there's no argument for the union, and I'm not political. There we are. I tell you, we'd be fine in England. We'd almost have no enemies. So there you are. Absolutely. Oil will be outlawed within time. You then won't have anything. Finance capital's London. No, finance capital's not London. This is the Scottish financial sector. Right? We used to have our own stock market, and most of the banks were originally Scottish. Even the Bank of England was started by a Scot. There we go. And what do you mean oil will be outlawed? Who's going to outlaw it? We still run on 80% fossil fuels. And even that's a misnomer. They're not made out of fossils. But coal and oil and gas. And we're going to have that for at least 80 years. All right? So my TikToks will be going a little bit yellowing by then, I think. 5-1 to Germany, is that right? Double chocolate chip? Is tourism going to fall or rise in Scotland? It'll keep going, because it's such a beautiful place to see. There you are. Celtic or Rangers? Your best bet's to go and see them both play and then just make a decision. Make your mind up. Spain got bumped. Hello, Scotty from Orkney. We supply most of the English the water. Chris, we do indeed. Lovely to have you with us from Orkney. And love to the Orcadians up at St Magnus there. We love it. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. Hello, Scotty. Such a lovely day up at Kirkwall. Hello, Scotty. Such a lovely day. Andrew Wishmaster. How lovely to have you with us. This is beautiful. Now, who we got here? Spain 2, England 1. Scotty, what's your thoughts on the royal family? Well, the royal family, they're the people who are entrusted with curating and being the custodian of the crown. And the crown is our symbol of authority. And it provides continuity for this country. And the king, we've even elected the king. People don't realise that. They go, oh, not elected. And people think they run away with your money. They don't. They cost you, I think it's £1.67 a year. A big bag of crisps. Scotland are just superior. Most of the British Army is English. No. Most of the British Army are Scots. All the Scots regiments, Scots Guards. There we are. Homes for the Royal Navy. All that stuff. If you don't like Britain, move away. That's what I say, Nathan, yes. Are you voting for Trump? I think everybody is. Let's have it straight. You wouldn't be voting for Biden. They've got one regiment in the British Army. They're all Scots. How's that most now? No. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Scots. And you've got the Brigade of Guards, the Scots Guards, the Coldstream Guards are Scots, you know. So you've got all that lot. So, you know, what do you mean one regiment? You've several. Tell you. There we go. Shows what you know. Let's look at the old names for the regiments, all right? So who did we have? We had the Royal Scots, we had the King's Own Scottish Borderers, we had the Royal Highland Fusiliers, which was an amalgam of the Royal Scots Fusiliers, and the Highland Light Infantry in Maryhill Barracks, where I used to stay. And who else have we got there? Then we've got the Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders, got the Black Watch, the Cameron Highlanders, Queen's Own, the Seaforth Highlanders, the Black Watch, the Fife and Forfar Yeomanry, the Scottish Horse. These are all Scottish regiments. The Lovett Scouts. There'll be a lot of stuff there, a lot of you haven't heard of, you see. I can tell you. Rule Britannia, absolutely, Nathan, a good Scottish song. Hello, Scotty. So I say to you, Dinky-Doo. Britain was formed by a Scottish king. Yes, it was. So there we go, but it's a landmass. 80 years of oil, are you sure about that? Well, no, I'm saying we need it for the next 80 years. There's plenty more. You know, plenty more. I mean, oil, I'll be honest with you guys, you'll get your education from SCOTTIE McCLUE. Oil is almost as common and abundant as water. Okay? There's stacks of it. But the big boys like to keep control so they can get a few quid. So there you are. Are you a Celtic fan or a Rangers fan? I'm not either, actually. I love them both. I'm a Glasgow United man. So I think we should put the two teams together. You remind me of Nisbet. I thank you. What a compliment. A very fine actor. All the history of Scotland and England in harmony. Becoming the best union ever. You want to know, Jack? No. There's no case for the union as far as Scotland's concerned. I have to tell you that, you see. So there you are. So now you know. Who have we got? Scotland didn't do so well in the Euros. No, they didn't. You're quite right. Thank you for reminding us. So there we are. First, football got to do with independence? Nothing. Come on, Scotty. The monarchy is just like Big Ben in London, T-Town. They're a tourist attraction. No. Rubbish. The monarchy bring us in, over £2 billion a year. And the monarch gives 75% of his income direct to the treasury, to you lot. So we're doing very well. Then tourism brings in another 220 billion. And a lot of that's the royal palaces, the fact that we've got a monarchy. The Argyll and Southern Highlanders, no. Argyll and Sutherland Highlanders. So there we go. Now, what have we got here? 1.67 times 70 million is a lot of money. Yeah, well, I hope so, pretty boy. Most of the wars we fought sent our colonies soldiers, the Scots, the Irish, and the Welsh. Indeed. There's only one Scottish regiment right now. No, there are several Scots. Right? There might just be battalions. There we are, Scotland's police versus the Met Police. Which one's the best police? Well, the Scottish police have always been superior. We used to supply things like the commissioner to the Met would have come from Scott. Mate, you've got one regiment, the Royal Scots. No, what you're missing is they're called 1 Scots, 2 Scots, 3 Scots, Ollie, 4 Scots, 5 Scots, 6 Scots. So there's 7 Scots. Then you've got the Scots Guards. You know, so there we are. I was in the Argyll and Southern Highlanders. No, Scotsmen, they don't exist. Argyll and Sutherland. So it's Sutherland, the north of Scotland. It's an amalgamation of the 93rd Highlanders. You see? So there we have it. I tell you, and the Sutherland Highlanders. Except we own Scotland. Therefore you're part of England. No, John Paul. England does not own Scotland, I'll tell you that right now. And they need to realise that. Scotland, don't you bite the hand that feeds you. Shows how much you know, says Ollie. Well, Ollie, I know the lot. Yes. My family were in all different Scottish regiments. Argylls, Seaforths. You're talking nonsense, John Paul. No, John Paul, I never talk nonsense, only fact. Facts from McClue. So there we have it. You can't own anyone in a union. No, it should be. Opinions of Freemasons. Well, I don't think there's such a thing as a Freemason, because my friend had a big country house and he wanted some Masons to come and repoint the ashlars, the polished ashlars, and it was 50,000 quid. So I don't think that's very free. So there we are. We really need an independent Scotland as soon as possible. Sinister Mark says Rangers or Celtic. Mark, my advice, go and see them play. See what you think. We don't have any regiments that are called 1 Scots, 2nd Scots. They deband the Scots. Julie Boy, well, there, they changed it. They got rid of the old regimental names, which of course was very, very silly. You also have the Cameronians. Scottish Rifles disbanded in 68, wrongly, again. Scotland is Westminster's testing ground, indeed. Official figures say the British Army is made up of 10 to 12% Scottish. Yes, and then it'll be other sorts. There'll be the United Nations and all that kind of thing as well. Opinions on Inverness. Schnecky, I love it. And I like the way that it's grown so much over the years, since they opened the Keswick Bridge. I used to go across. I went across the loch in the ferry, the Keswick ferry. I said to you, love you, Scotty. Amy, thank you. We won the same as England's as Judy Boy. We won hyperpower in history and got loads of money and power, which was the only reason. What are we talking about, Jack? What are you on about? That's a tourist attraction, oh yes. Happy Friday, Scotty Bot. Brody, happy Friday to you. Lovely to have you with us. And a big dinky-doo, I say. This is wonderful. Right, who else have we got here, guys? Get following. I need another 1,000 followers. Everyone on TikTok should really be following Scottie McClue, because there's only one Scottie McClue. And we're very, very big on TikTok, so come on. Let's get going. Scotty, how art thou? Eddie Boy, how lovely to hear you. Eddie Boy is down in Newmarket in Cambridgeshire. It's always good to hear from Eddie. So get following, guys. Tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tap. I've only got 903 likes. That should be 90,000 likes. So get tap, tap, tappity, tap to tap, everybody. So there we are. They found out that Police Scotland are racist. No, There's no they found out all that. There's always these accusations fly at officialdom. And it's quite sort of the thing to talk about racist. Like a young person once said to me, they're being racist to me because I'm from Paisley. Now, what race are Paisley people? Just what I'm saying. So it's probably a misuse of the word. Many soldiers in the Scottish regiments aren't Scottish. I don't know. I don't know if you have to be Scottish to be. No, I think if you're British, and I don't know what the criteria is to be an officer, because I'm pretty sure one of the most recent senior Scottish officers came from Northumberland. Northumberland! We'll always rule you. You know, you don't rule us, John Paul, at all. The crown, we rule you. The crown is essentially Scottish. The Scottish king took over the English crown in 1603. All right? And that was when he brought it under his wing. So we own you lot, big style. Then in 1707, Queen Anne conned the Scots and also bribed the aristocracy who'd do anything for a few quid. And she got the whole lot for about 25 grand. So that's wrong. Whoa! Somebody sent me a hat and moustache. So so we feed you, John Paul. Scotland feeds Westminster. How are you doing, Dinky-Doo? Thank you, Callum. Get the Elgins out cleaning the windows. Yeah, well, absolutely. Why not? I think there should be jobs for everybody. You'll never have an independent Scotland, says John Paul. John Paul, you don't know that. 58% of Scots want it right now, this second, right now. If there was a Scottish referendum right now, it would be a resounding yes, please. The mistake that they made in 2014, they fell for Westminster's lies because the British government were just telling whoppers, absolute whoppers. And they were known for it. And people fell for that. They were threatening pensioners of the independence, all that sort of stuff. And of course, there was no threat to pensions. So that was the strange one, that. We shouldn't have let Alex Salmond go as leader. We should have said to him, Alex, no, stay, don't resign. Because we were 45% wanted independence, 55% said no. Right? You've got all that. Now, the Unionist vote are very pro the king. So if we make sure that we're 100% behind the king, every Scot, 100% behind the king, behind the crown, then there's no gripe. So Westminster couldn't say to Scotland, well, what about the monarchy? So no, we're taking that with us. And the oil. There you have it. Follow us, the social grounds. Long live the king. So there we go. Now, here's notification. This is very, very funny. Notification is a dafty, right? So let's ban notification. Block, gone. That's lovely, that. We love that. Absolutely. Sinky's joined us. Dinky-Doo Sinky. I tell you. What else have we got? They have companies which represent the old regiments, which make a regiment. Jimmy, I understand where you're coming from. Companies and battalions, because I'm sure just prior to all that amalgamation, there was a battalion of the Argylls. Yes, so there you go. And then I saw that one of them, the CEO, was a major, and that tipped me the wink. So I know my stuff, I'll tell you, Jimmy. I'm not just an athlete. New Indoors has given me 100 red roses. I've got 1,500 likes. Can everybody start tap, tap, tappity, tap, tappity, tappity, tap? So there we are. And let's keep hitting notification. with a band. There we go. As if anybody's going to fall for that rubbish. Right, that he should have gone. Can we still see notification he's spamming us? Yeah. Block. Right. So that should go, that's fine. Now then, I listened to you on the radio, Scott. Absolutely lovely to have you with us. Scottie McClue saying dinky-doo to every single one of you. This is marvellous. Guys, I need about another 100 followers. James says, oh, are you so posh? James, I'm not posh at all. Although I went to a school that was so posh that the gym was called the James. So what about that? I tell you, stop talking nonsense, John Paul. Never talked nonsense in my life. You just don't like the truth, John Paul. I tell you, there we go. And nonsense, have you spelt it properly? New Indoors has now sent me a hat and moustache. New Indoors, you're very, very kind. I thank you. That's a lovely thing to do. We've been up for half an hour, can you believe it? I work in the old Keswick ferry, the Rose Hall. She runs cargo to the rigs and the ships in the Cromarty Firth. Fantastic sinky. So she's up to going that deep sea bit, if you know what I mean. That's amazing. How wonderful. What kind of engines are we talking, Sinky? Have you got Kelvins or Glenifers? What age is she? So there we are. Now, who have we got here? Jury boy, you'll always be able to have people making up stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? There we are. And remember that term can be used for all sorts of things. What have you been taking, says James? I've been taking tomato soup and fish and chips. Is that all right? Oh, and I've been taking a plate of steamed pudding and custard. So there, what have you been taking, James? Are you full of red wine? I don't drink alcohol. So there we have it. Thank you for my hat and moustache. You're good on the radio, says Scott. Brilliant. Scotland are richer than England. Of course, James. Scotland's loaded. Scottie, hello from a fellow Scottie. Mr. McClue, dinky-doo, I say to you. What's for tea tonight, fella? Well, I think I'm going to have something light tonight. Like maybe some quinoa. Do you know the quinoa? And maybe an egg. I think that would be quite nice. Now, who have we got here? The facts are England's bigger and better as a country, so let's talk facts. Well, I don't think England is bigger. Are Scotland and England not about the same size? Obviously, England's got 10 times the population, but as a country, I don't think it's bigger. So there we are. Chicken a la orange. Now, there we go. You must remember politics. Oh, a long time ago we remember politics. Yes, indeed. Harold Macmillan. People like that. There are Harold Wilson. Hello, good afternoon. Can I have a shout out, please? I'm an army veteran who suffers from PTSD. Yes, custom made. Of course you can have a shout out. And a massive thank you from all of us to you for your service, sir. I salute you. So there we go. Scottie, I love you. Thank you so much. You're very kind. Our great disgrace was we Scots let Marxists infiltrate our beautiful country. Yes, I think we did. I think we need to get rid of the Marxists. Get them away. I preferred the Marx Brothers. Yes, 110%. I'm ex-Argyles. I salute you, sir. Stirling Castle. I have danced the night away at the Argyles Ball in the Great Hall. There we have it. No, to be honest, you need to love Scotland. So there you are. Well, I do. How are you, Mr. McClusinky? We're brilliant. Lovely to hear from you. Okay, the new So there we are. Did you hear about the worldwide cyber attack? I did. Have we found out anything about what was causing it? There's nothing wrong with Scotland. I don't really see the problem. Anthony, there isn't a problem. Scottie, you're nae oil painting, are you? Well, I've been told I'm stunningly handsome. I don't know if that constitutes an oil painting, but I'm not actually an oil painting. I'm real. Now, I once went to Paris to the Louvre to see the Mona Lisa. Now, she's no oil painting, I can tell you that. There we are. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can. Opinions on Wishaw. We love Wishy. Wishy. You can have 3 wishes in Wishy. Wish you were here. Have you changed your views way back? I've heard your old radio shows. Your takes are vile. No, Jaffa. Nothing vile at all. Maybe you've just got a sort of low sense of... what's it called? You maybe got a low opinion of yourself. There we are. Trust me, it's not posh at all. What Wishaw? Someone that says, I tell you, has actually come from the goons. Right, I tell you. Neddy, I just feel I've walked into a raspberry. A raspberry kitchen, I tell you. I say this for you, Scottie. My man looks better with a beard, as every man does. Good for you, Scottie. That's the ticket. Dinky-Doo, Sir Scottie McClue. Absolutely lovely to have you with us. Where are you from in Scotland? Well, sort of all over. I'm a child of the universe. Scottie McClue, James Dinky-Doo. You don't drink larger. I don't drink larger, no. I would rather drink smaller. The eccentric Scot, wonderful. What do you think about the Trump shooting? Very, very sorry to hear about it. A wonderful man, next president of the United States, and what they've put that poor man through. But he will win because he is a thoroughly decent human being. So don't believe a word you hear against him. What's for dessert? Well, there were 2 senior officers in the officers' mess of a Scottish regiment. And one said to the other, could you help me to rice pudding? And he said, no, I can't, because no officer would ever help another officer to dessert. See what I just did there? Thank you for that beautiful gift. You're very kind, guys, sending all that lovely stuff. Guys, I need another 100 of you following. So get up the top and get following, I say. There we are. Quinoa. Had to be all posh. Oh, quinoa. You thought it was a place, didn't you? You thought it was part of the Commonwealth. Can you remember a film called Whiskey Galore? I remember 2 films called Whiskey Galore. One was made, I think, in 1948 or 49 with Duncan McCrae and Gordon Jackson and all these terrific characters. Who else was in that? Stacks of people. And then there was a remake made. I wonder if it was about 10 years ago, and the wonderful Gregor Fisher's in that. Well worth a look. Stop ignoring my question. What was your question, Stream Strawberry Rush? Let's look back for your question that you think you were ignored. I don't think you were. No, can't see any questions here. So have you actually asked a question? There we are. Are you just at the wind-up? I know I'm not talking about the outer hippies, outer Hebrides, where my sister lives. Gordon Jackson I met many times back in the day, that's my age. Anthony Aldridge, did you see him in Tunes of Glory? Get on to Scottie McClue's YouTube channel, the URL's just on the TikTok bio there. Give it a tap, and then you can watch Tunes of Glory live. There we are, fantastic. I put it up for you. And I've also put up the 4th protocol. Yes, Michael Caine, outstanding. The original one had your wee boy Gordon Jackson in it. Yes, it did. You're quite right. Captain Waggett. There we are. And who else have we got? Hi, Gordon Jackson may be related, but I can't say that. You're not for sure. He was a great actor, Gordon. Whiskey Galore was brilliant. Gordon attended Hillhead High School in Glasgow. What about that? New Indoors is sending me red roses. Whiskey Galore was brilliant. Love Gordon Jackson. And he was brilliant in Upstairs, Downstairs. Yes, now who was he in Upstairs, Downstairs? He was Hudson, the butler, with Rose and all that stuff. Great. And also The Great Escape, Gordon Jackson. Man was a genius. Hello, Scottie, for Lewis, for Kelly. There, Dinky-Doo, Lewis, for Kelly. Actually, I probably know I'm slightly more personally than that. That's a different thing. Gordon Jackson, absolutely one of the best Scottish people I've ever met in my life. Was a nice chap to talk to, Anthony. I loved him as Cowley in CI5 on a Saturday night with Bodie and Doyle. Do you remember Bodie and Doyle? I could tell you some stories. There we go. Hi from Lanark. Hudson the Butler, yes, that was it, Mrs. Doubtfire. Upstairs, Downstairs, he did many films, war films as well. Well, look up Tunes of Glory on my YouTube site. Go on to my YouTube. Just tap the little URL in the TikTok bio there. You'll see it says Scottie McClue YouTube. Tap, subscribe, watch the movies. Beautiful movies for you. I know where I'm going. Tunes of Glory. The Fourth Protocol. I've popped these up for you. There we are. Now, who have we got here? Guys, have you all followed? I need another 50 followers. Get following. There we go. I'm going to have to go soon. I don't want to go, but I'm going to have to go. Bring back Scottie on Real Radio, Kelly. This is what Scotland is gagging for. They want Scottie McClue back. I get emails all the time. When are you going back on the radio? Did you ever hear from Mr. Martin again? No, I did not. So there you have it. I tell you. Now, what else have we got here? We want you back. Kelly, the people, if it was up to the people of Scotland, you should get a petition up, present to the Scottish Government, go, get Scottie McClue back on radio. You know, that's the stuff. Anthony says, I knew Gordon Jackson through the West End of London. Roy Kinnear, the comedian. Yes, I remember Roy. Sad End Roy. If I remember, he had an accident when he was filming. Was he on horseback at the time or something? I'm away from my tea. I'll catch you next time, Mr. Polymath. Sinky, it takes one to know one. I'll catch you sometime, Mr. Polymath. Clever. Sinky's got it. Why hasn't Stanley Baxter never been knighted? I know. And Stanley's still with us and looking great. He's in his 90s and he should definitely be knighted. So Stanley Baxter. Again, it's just people coming into the creative industry that don't understand true greatness. And they say, I think we'll get... This is what happened to me at Scott FM. Somebody came in and said, I think we'll get rid of that thing at night. Too much carry on. So they had to sell the station. That was the end of that. And I think that guy was known as the guy that got rid of Scottie McClue. How popular is he? There we go. Now, Jaffa, 100% wrong. No misogyny. None of that at all. We maybe set the bar a bit high for you, but you know what I mean? Everybody loves Scottie McClue. Never mind radio. Scottie for First Minister. Mrs. Doubtfire. That's a big appointment. I'll tell you, I don't think they would give me First Minister because I'd be being too honest with you, the people of Scotland. I'll say, right, good afternoon. I've spent £100 million today, and I'll tell you what I've spent it on, guys, on your behalf. So there would be all that. So all the kind of trickery of politics would just fall away. Straight talking, proper leadership. Oh, they'd have to watch out. They'd have to mind their P's and Q's. Ha ha, cool. Do you like that, I was thinking? So there we are. Scottie, do you do stand-up? So there we are. Do I do stand-up? Yes, but I was asked to sit down. Fantastic. Yes, he did die. He came off the horse, and Gordon Jackson sorted out the memorial. Ah, marvellous. So they were great pals. I tell you, he was a wonderful actor, actually. Roy Kinnear. Good day, Scottie. Frank, good day to you. In 1989, the memorial in St Martin's in the Field Church, Trafalgar Square. Wow, Anthony. That was where the London contingent had the memorial service for my dear old friend John Myers, who hired me as Scottie McClue. Wonderful man. Sadly, he left us just aged 60. I cannot believe this, says Lewis. Dinky-Doo Lewis. He was filming Three Musketeers in Spain on horseback. Shane, you're 100% correct. Including many film stars came to the event in St Martin's in the Fields for Roy. Lovely old church too, I know it well. St Martin in the Fields. And they used to have a wonderful orchestra. Gordon Jackson basically sorted it all out. A wonderful guy. Nice man. Scottie, can you answer my question? Stream strawberry. No, I can't answer that because I don't know what you mean. It was emotional. When I was that young. I used to love listening to you on the radio. If I'm right, you were on from 10 p.m. till 12 a.m. 20 years ago. Kelly, you're right. In fact, the last time I did radio in Scotland was it was about 5 or 6 years ago. So there we go. But everyone in Scotland wants that back. You know, they want their phone in back. Because although I had my name on it, it was your show. And everybody loved that. Can you wish Craig all the best in his upcoming journey? Yes, I can. Hi, drop your Twitter. You've dropped something on my Twitter. Excellent. At Scottie McClue. Can I have some of the money? I need a Fanta. I need a Fanta. You need a fan. To support Scottish independence. Oh, I think everyone does deep down, yes. I think the people who are switched on would like to see it. It's quite true, says Anthony. Too many snowflakes that can't handle Scottie. Absolutely. Imagine accusing me of things like that. There were many other people there, I'll bet you. Scottie, can you stream? Right, I'll have a look at that stream, Strawberry. Thank you. You're starting to get back to yourself after being unwell. Oh, Frank, yes, I was very unwell. The lungs. Leeds riots last night. Yeah, what was all that about? I mean, in this country, we don't do riots. We do parades, pipe bands, Highland games, Morris dancing. So they need to hunt these people down and throw them out of the country. There were many people you wouldn't expect at the event for Gordon. I'll bet you, Anthony. Yes, all sorts. So there we are. If you want to know who Gordon Jackson is, what's The Professionals? Yeah, I love The Professionals. I know it well. I watched it when it came out. Freya, what a lovely thing to ask. Were you ever syndicated in the Midlands? Yes, we were right across the Midlands. Syndicated Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle, Nottingham, the Midlands, Sheffield. You know, always syndicated Scottie McClue because it's so successful and it's what the people want. But, you know, the governments won't give the people what they want. Somebody should write to the government. Thoughts on Catalan independence? Well, I was talking to a Catalani recently, and they were saying how they would love their independence. It's a wee bit like Scotland. Spain won't let them go. Leeds stuff's terrible. It's pathetic. It's embarrassing. They bumped a bus and a police car. Yeah, see, if I lived somewhere, why would you want that going on in your backyard? You know? Why not say, I love my country and I want to rebuild it and polish it up and make it nice? You know, we don't want to burn things. You know, there's multiple clips on YouTube of you degrading Jaffa, not degrading anyone. So there you go. Ever. If anything, you're the one that's degrading things. All you need to do is get a life, Jaffa, and realise what the people want. I was going to say Manchester, Liverpool, or not the Midlands, but carry on. Oh no, the lot. We were even heard in London. And I did a show, I filled in for James Whale on Talk Radio one night. And that was a huge success. So there you are. To be honest, Govan needs independence from Scotland. Govan needs independence. What's the best thing about Jaffa's an orange? That's right. On here, making all sorts of silly comments. You know, get a life, Jaffa. Grow up. You know, raise your game. Hello, Scottie. Hello, Dinky-Doo. Now, what have we got here? B.A. Bat FM Highland. We like that. I tell you, Dinky-Doo. Now, what else have we got? Yes, Jaffa, it's all to do with raising standards, you know, and not having the wrong people taking over your country. There we are, I tell you. I've never heard Scottie degrade anyone. No, Shane, I never ever would. It's not my style. Dinky-Doo, Scottie, CBD, we love you. How lovely to have you with us, and welcome, I say. Big welcome. Guys, I need another 50. I think he's going to my Here Today. I apologise. What's that one, Anthony? Dinky-Doo, Scottie. Yes, the heat outside is so hot. Well, I'm roasting. That's why I've got the T-shirt on. You see? I think you need to grow up after hearing what you said about the women drivers, says Jaffa. Well, Jaffa, I think you need to grow up and realise that, you know, we wanted to make the roads a lot safer. And we were just seeing that they were up to scratch, like North Sea divers. Do they come up to scratch? Scotland's not been there since we built Hadrian's Wall. So there we go. Well, I think we should rebuild Hadrian's Wall, but probably just outside. What about Watford? Build Hadrian's Wall there. And follow us, guys, as soon as you can. Scotland forever. Yes, we love it. Dinky-Doo, I say to you. Right, there we go. Come on, guys. The Watford girl. Absolutely. Get following as soon as you can. We should have several million followers by now. I think we've only got about 30,000. What's going on, I say? And everybody tap, tap, tappity tap. I'm doing it, says Multiversal. Thank you. And guys, all of a look at the YouTube channel. There's some great movies there. And you'll love it. And we've just had it, so it should be ad-free. We've just had all that sorted out. I tell you. There we are. I thought we were better without the ads. Tap the screen, guys. This guy's incredible. His knowledge. I checked him. Anthony, you're very kind. Sam says, glad I found you, Scottie. I've been telling my 10-year-old grandson how much of a legend you are. Hello, Scottie, mate. Long time no see. What he knows about Scottish football and other things to talk about. Hadrian's Wall. No, it's not Adrian. It's Hadrian. It's an H. Fantastic. I love all that. Hadrian's Wall. There we go. It should be rebuilt just after Tamworth. Yes, have you heard of the Tamworth Manifesto? Have a look at that. Very, very interesting. Aidan Dinky-Doo, thank you very much. Yes, lovely to hear from you. Now, who else have we got? I mean, is there a decent agent person in Scotland? So there you are, but you probably don't know who it is. Well, I don't know, Anthony. If you know, then if you can help out to get SCOTTIE McCLUE back on the wireless, then you are on a winner. I mean, we were bringing in 250,000 people a half hour. It's unheard of. Float high. Tell 10 to tell 10, says Ian Mac. Scottie rocks. You're very kind, Ian. Very, very good of you. Thank you, guys, for all your beautiful gifts. Now, I'm going to have to push off quite soon. Oh, in fact, I've got something like another 2 or 3 minutes and then the game's up. There we are. Thank you for sending all these beautiful gifts. Dinky-Doo. It's called, so if you want an agent, get... Very good, Anthony. Scottie, my sister's single, bro. Now, there you are. Dinky-Doo. Jaffa, you go and enjoy these clips and question yourself. I have Scottie heard of the Tamworth Manifesto. Scottie, you never change. Blessed with young Jean. Gibbo, that is so very kind of you. Gibbo from Liverpool. Gibbo from Liverpool. We love the bones of you, Gibbo. It's great that you're with us and we're chit-chatting live on the TikTok. That's what I say. Hello, Scottie, how have you been? It's been a long time. It's been a heck of a long time. 4,500 people. What are we doing here? Tap, tap, tappity, tap. He's not really Scottish at all. He's from Northern Ireland. But that's the joke. Anthony, you know I'm not from Northern Ireland at all. You're just putting that around. I tell you, to annoy the Northern Irish people. So there you are. Mark Frost, what a silly thing to ask. Hello from Indonesia. Lovely to have you with us. I'm from Newcastle, mate, says EAFC. Fast forward. I'd like to say that's what I say. I like you. You know Liverpool. Oh, we know Liverpool. Big style. Sorry, Mr. Paisley. Do you remember Mr. Parsley? Oh, that's different. You're talking about Mr. Paisley. No, you're talking about Mr. Paisley. Dr. Paisley, if you don't mind. Bless his heart, I say he's gone. So there we are, no longer with us, sadly. So that's it. Hello from the Kelso Racecourse, Floors Castle. We love it. Dinky-Doo. So there we are. Roxburgh. Yes, indeed, the Duke of Roxburgh. I'm a big fan of yours, Scottie. Miss you on the radio, buddy. We need you back. So there we are. It's all fake. He's lying. He's actually Donald Trump in disguise. Look at the ear. That's very unfair. I tell you, poor Donald. Let's look after the man. Guys, I've got to go. I love you all so much. 2 more followers, please, and then I'm done. I tell you, every day on TikTok should follow Scottie McClue. Share all of these videos. Tell 10 to tell 10. Kilbirnie. Lovely views over Kilbirnie when you're coming down the large road. Follow us, guys, as soon as you can, please. Thank you very, very much. And I've got to go. Stick your tongue out and say ta-ta. Bye-bye.